In the fight for fairness and equality, human rights are very important, but there is a big problem: police brutality. This documentary looks deeper into this issue, showing how it affects people and communities all around the world. The relationship between police and the public has often been tense. In history, communities have suffered from excessive force, from the civil rights marches of the 1960s to today's global protests. The call for accountability remains urgent. When it comes to police brutality, certain people, mostly people of color, are targeted by the police just because of the color of their skin. People like Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd. However, not all of these cases have to be about racism and police brutality against black people or colored people. People are also discriminated against that are not colored, because the police doesn't just target people all the time. The police go for anybody that they feel like targeting. Here are the interviews that my assistant took for me about police brutality against people in our nation.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Olatunde. Today we're going to be talking about the topic of police brutality, how it affects school-age children and the environment as well. Before we begin, I want to ask permission if it's okay with you to get your audio recording for your to see your perspective on this topic.
Yes.
Okay, so can you state your name for us and your background?
Of course. So my name is Amanda Gonzalez, licensed social worker and director of development here at the Boys and Girls Club of Newark. My background has been with victims of crime, domestic violence victims and survivors, and how they navigate the criminal justice system. Now here at the Boys and Girls Club of Newark as director of development, I am in charge of fundraising, events, donations, and grants management. So essentially telling the story, right, of what a program in the community can really do for children and their families, and how we're successful in doing so.
Thank you for that. So I'm gonna begin the questions if you're okay with that.
Here is a clip of a sentencing of an officer that committed an unruly act of police brutality on a black man.
Memorandum that is going to be attached to the sentencing order. And why am I doing it in writing? To emphasize the fact that determining the appropriate sentence in any case, and in this case, is a legal analysis. It's applying the rule of law to the facts of an individual and specific case. And that is why, as opposed to trying to being profound here on the record, I prefer that you read the legal analysis that explains how I determined the sentence in this case. What the case is, or what the sentence is not based on, is emotion or sympathy.
This is not just an issue to one nation. Around the world, people are standing up against police violence, demanding justice. From the streets of Minneapolis to the squares of Paris, the message is clear: enough is enough. The fight against police brutality is a fight for human rights. As we continue this journey, let us remember that every voice matters, and together we can create a more just world. Join the movement.